Most people know the 70s for their interesting and crazy fads: disco, roller skates, and mood rings. The 70s were also known for their political problems. Students began to use their voice in this era. Protests took place in the streets of the United States. However, the United States was not the only country on the map with political change. For the people of South Africa, June 16, 1976 is a reminder of the lives lost to the cost of equality. The young souls of the children who took to the streets that day to fight for their right to a quality education that is not influenced by the color of their skin.
The Soweto Uprising of 1976 helped break the silence of apartheid and assisted the breaking down of barriers of race. It was the students' courage to stand up and speak out against the barriers of pigment that held them back all their lives. It was time to speak up, and when no one else would, the students of Soweto helped end the apartheid plague of South Africa.
The protest was led by the older students of Soweto. With the younger generation hot on their heels, they were not spared from the rain of bullets.
In a broadcast by SABC News, which is funded by the South African government, shows live footage from the uprising itself. As seen in this riot, police were unforgiving, with at least 14 injured in the first count. Students grew in animosity, pushing cars and starting fires, causing more and more damage. Both the students and the police kept on headstrong. Sam Nzima was a 42-year-old photographer during the Soweto uprising, who was able to capture the most iconic photo of Hector Peterson that gave him the legacy of the Soweto tragedy.
The deadly event was originally meant to be a peaceful protest, done by the children of the Soweto school districts. Their purpose was only to show the government that they were done with the racism that had held not only them back, but the generations before them.
The outside world was oblivious to the conditions of South Africa. No one knew and or cared enough until the damage had gone too far. The real question was what brought up this event to the light. Was it the mass violence? Was it the stories written in the newspapers? Or was it the United Nations standing up to the apartheid? The answer might surprise you. In fact, it was simply a hidden photograph, the one that was meant to be lost into the ashes of the Iron Curtain that changed the course of history.
In an interview with PBS, Sam Nzima, the creator of this historical photo, claimed, "I knew that the police would force me to open up all the cameras, so I removed the film quickly and stuck it in my sock." In the picture, the little girl seen on the left, Antoinette Sithole, was trying to explain that he, the boy who was shot, was her brother. The man carrying him was taking him to the clinic. In the interview, Sithole questions the man, asking, "Where are you taking him?" The man said nothing. The two illustrated the town during this riot as a cloud of smoke. "I did not expect to see a 13-year-old being shot by the police," said Nzima.
A later newspaper article stated that they eventually found 147 dead, including 2 white police officers. This event caused many casualties within the town of Soweto, but did not do so unnecessarily. This uprising broke major apartheid barriers in South African history.
Many people in Africa see this event as a satisfying occasion in history. This riot helped South Africa gain their freedom in their long battle against apartheid. Today, the people of Africa strongly remember this event in history. This helped their liberation. However, people today state that with this freedom, there are more struggles than before.
There are still problems with education. The town lacks basic amenities, but the country of South Africa is the most developed country within the continent of Africa. The people believe that in addition to the government's power, that the courage of the students helped create the country that it is today.
Although still on the incline, South Africa strives towards the equal democracy modeled by many of its counterparts. It is important to not only the people of South Africa, but to the world that we recognize the lives lost to the struggle for civil rights, and the barriers broken by the children of South Africa. The many young lives lost were not lost in vain.
Every year, on June 16th, the casualties of these South African citizens are mourned and recognized. And although the world has its back turned to South Africa, all they needed was a photo to realize the barrier broken